"Sell me this pen." You must have heard this in the Wolf of Wall Street or some sales interview, but there's a slight twist. Even as a software engineer, you might need to know how to sell this pen. And I know what you're thinking, like, Ninad, I chose software engineering because I like to code and not pitch. I'm introverted. I want to build more and talk less. And I completely get that because I fall into that same category. But if you want to become an engineer that moves fast, that influences what gets built and leads projects, sales is an absolutely game-changing skill that will skyrocket your career. Let me show you how. Number one, selling your ideas. Let's say you have some great ideas for some new features or some performance improvements or just to improve some dev processes. If you don't get buy-in from the product manager, the engineering manager, or even engineers on your team, the idea is as good as dead. Framing our ideas is absolutely crucial and is often overlooked by engineers. Please don't get me wrong, sales is not about manipulation, but more about effective communication, understanding the questions, addressing relevant concerns, just so that you can get buy-in from the relevant stakeholders so that your ideas get accepted and adopted. You're basically painting a picture like, here's the problem that the company is facing, here's the idea or the proposal that will solve that problem, and this is what the company will benefit from it. So yeah, you don't need to specifically sell this pen, you just need to know how to sell your ideas. Number two, negotiating with stakeholders. This kind of ties into my previous point of selling your idea because during sales, there's a lot of negotiation as well. For example, negotiating timelines with product, negotiating who handles what responsibility, negotiating the delegation of work among different teams, so on and so forth. These are just some basic examples. If you can't position your arguments, understand stakeholder incentives, and negotiate trade-offs, you risk being overruled or worse, overworked. As a software engineer with a sales mindset, you have to understand everyone's questions and concerns and address them effectively so that you can fill the gaps with your ideas. Number three, building alignment. Engineers are often considered as ICs, that is individual contributors. That is far from the truth. Engineering usually involves working with a lot of different parties, product, other engineers, data, marketing, sometimes even customer success, so on and so forth. And if you're proposing something, you need to build alignment among all these different parties so there's no surprises later on. Everyone has different priorities, and unless someone connects the dots, the project will likely fall apart. Learning sales will basically teach you how to understand what other people care about, speak their language, and bring them together under a shared vision, which in the grand scheme of things is your idea that you want to build or like push forward. And that's how you become a technical leader, a person who people trust, rely on, and handle tough responsibility to. So yeah, learn sales, not to switch careers, but to lead with clarity and influence, sell your ideas, and negotiate with influence. As a junior engineer, if you're trying to build influence, or as a senior engineer, you're trying to drive change, sales is that underrated superpower that will guarantee to skyrocket your career. If you want to be a silent keyboard warrior, that's completely fine as well. But if you want to be seen as someone people trust, rely on, and handle responsibility to, you need to learn sales. To sell your ideas, to sell your vision, and to drive change. Drop in the comments if you ever had to sell something at work even though you did not realize that's what you were doing. I would love to hear your stories. And yeah, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I have a rich catalog of information planned out for the future around engineering excellence. And yeah, till then, watch this video on how to become a senior engineer fast. And as always, I'm here to help.